Join ninZaFamily. Download free indicators, settings, and chat live with pro traders. Right now, how are you identifying market trends? Are you using moving averages and watching for crossovers? Or are you relying on ATR to measure trend strength? These methods are stable, reliable, and not easily affected by market noise. But sometimes, deep down, you still feel like it's not enough. You're still searching for something better, faster, clearer, and more effective. So let me ask you this. Have you ever tried identifying trends using VWAP? We spent countless hours researching and testing and refining, and the result is VWAP Flux. A tool that helps you see market trends more powerfully, more clearly, and sometimes in ways that might truly surprise you. Let's take a look at this moment right here. You can clearly see that the uptrend is still very strong. Normally, in the later stages of a trend, the market creates deep pullbacks that often make traders believe a reversal is coming. But here, with VWAP, you can see that price is still holding the uptrend steadily without breaking or reversing. This power comes from the way the indicator forms and defines trends. Because of how it analyzes and reflects market movements, VWAP is able to provide clear and strong trend direction. And when you already have a solid trend foundation like this, combining it with an accurate signal system allows that strength to be fully maximized. That's exactly why we chose Apex Flow Signal to work together with VWAP. Now, let's jump straight into the main content of this video. The first thing you need to understand is how VWAP Flux forms and identifies market trends. So how exactly does it work? What principles does it use to define trend direction? First, inside VWAP Flux, there is a moving average that plays a very important role in identifying trends. To form an uptrend, the first condition is that the moving average must cross above the fair value plot. When this happens, it shows that buying pressure is starting to take control, money flow is becoming stronger, and this is the first clear sign that an uptrend is beginning to form. Next, the second condition is that price must stay above the upper bands. When price holds above this area, it shows that there is little to no significant resistance overhead. In other words, the market has plenty of room to move higher, and buyers are still firmly in control of the trend. And finally, one more crucial condition is that the entire band structure must be sloping upward. When all the bands are tilted in this direction, it shows that capital is flowing strongly into the market and continuously pushing price higher. This confirms that the uptrend is not only present, but also well supported and sustainable. For downtrends, the rules are simply the opposite of uptrends, so we won't spend too much time on that here. Instead, let's move straight to the more important part, how we combine VWAP Flux with Apex Flow Signal. Even though Apex Flow Signal provides up to 5 different types of trading signals, in this combination, we will focus only on the push signal when trading with VWAP Flux. This is the signal that best complements trend strength. As for the other 4 signals, we'll explore them in much more detail in the upcoming videos. The first condition we need to wait for is for VWAP Flux to clearly define the market trend. Only when the trend is confirmed do we start looking for trading opportunities. And in this example, you can see that VWAP Flux is showing a very clear uptrend. Next, you can see a push signal appearing right here, and the signal candle is fully inside the bands. This is a valid push signal. Why? Because these bands are not just acting as support and resistance. They are built based on VWAP, which means they represent the market's balance zone, the area where price is most accepted and where the most trading activity happens. When a signal appears in this zone, the probability of success becomes much higher. And when a push signal appears inside the bands like this, we execute a buy order in the direction of the trend. This is the moment when the market confirms buying pressure, and we simply follow the money flow. Next, in this example, you can see that even though a push signal appears, the signal candle is not inside the bands. In this case, according to our system, we do not take this trade because the probability is no longer optimal. However, if you still want to trade in situations like this, don't worry. Later in this video, I'll show you exactly how to handle push signals when the signal candle is outside the bands. One special case you need to watch very carefully is when price returns to the middle of the bands and touches the central plot, and only then a push signal appears. This tells us that the market has gone through a deep correction and is coming back to its central value for the first time. When this happens, you should consider entering a buy trade with a wider stop loss and a larger target than usual. The reason is simple. The first bounce from the central plot is often very strong, allowing you to take advantage of price momentum much more effectively. Next, in this example, you can see a push signal appearing outside the bands. In this situation, we simply skip it and do not take the trade because when a signal forms outside the balance zone, the probability is no longer optimal according to our system. Here, we have a buy signal that is fully inside the bands. In this case, we open a buy trade right at this level because it meets all the conditions of our system and follows the market trend. Next, let me share a simple tip to help you read the market more effectively. Always focus on the signals that appear within a clear trend. For example, when an uptrend is strong like this, you'll see continuous bullish push signals, while bearish push signals appear very rarely. And even within an uptrend, when you start seeing multiple bearish push signals appearing, this is an important warning sign. It tells you that sellers are beginning to regain some control. When this happens, you should reduce your buy entries and avoid using overly wide stop loss and target levels in order to protect yourself from potential reversals. In the same way, when a downtrend is in progress, instead of seeing continuous bearish push signals, if you start seeing many bullish push signals appearing, this is another important warning sign. It shows that buying pressure is increasing. Buyers are becoming more active, and the current downtrend may not be able to hold for much longer. And when the downtrend returns and you once again see multiple bearish push signals appearing, this confirms that the trend is truly strong and reliable. At this point, sellers are clearly in control of the market. And right here, we have a bearish push signal inside the trading zone, which gives us a great opportunity to enter a sell trade in the direction of the trend. Now, let's look at this phase right here. You can see that a strong downtrend is forming. In situations like this, when push signals appear right at the beginning of the trend, you can trade the first one or two signals without waiting for price to return to the trading zone. This allows you to take advantage of bearish momentum early, and in the final part of this video, I'll show you how to turn this entire trading strategy into an automated system using Infinity Algo Engine. This allows the system to analyze, enter, and manage trades for you with discipline, consistency, and efficiency, even when you're not in front of your screen. First, let's set up the conditions for entering a buy trade. For the hit bar condition, our rule is very simple. We only enter buy trades when the market is in an uptrend according to VWAP Flux. So in this step, we set the hit bar to uptrend from VWAP Flux. In the system, the uptrend state has a value of 1. This ensures that buy trades are only triggered when the uptrend is clearly confirmed. For the hit bar condition, our rule is very simple. We only enter buy trades when the market is in an uptrend according to VWAP Flux. So in this step, we set the hit bar to uptrend from VWAP Flux. In the system, the uptrend state has a value of 1. This ensures that buy trades are only triggered when the uptrend is clearly confirmed. Next, we move on to setting up the buy signals. Since our strategy still relies on buy signals for entries, in the signal bar section, the first condition remains the uptrend from VWAP Flux. The second condition is the buy push-up signal from Apex Flow signal. In the system, this bullish push signal has a value of 3. You can always verify this in the data box to make sure everything is set correctly before running the system. For sell signals, the setup is very simple. We just reverse all the conditions used for buy trades and change the values to negative. Once this is done correctly, the system will automatically recognize downtrends and trigger sell trades accurately. However, if you look closely, you'll notice that with this setup alone, the entries are still not fully aligned with our original logic. According to our rules, the push signal candle must touch the bands of VWAP Flux before we enter a trade. But right now, the system is taking every signal, whether it's inside the zone or not. So at this point, we just need to add one simple step to filter these signals properly. Specifically, the buy setup, you just need to add one simple condition. The current candle's low must be below the upper bands of VWAP Flux. And in the sell setup, you only need to make sure that the candle's high is above the lower bands. Once you add these two conditions, the system will automatically filter and execute trades according to your checklist, following the exact logic of your strategy. I hope that through everything we've shared in this video, you'll be able to apply it confidently and trade more effectively with VWAP Flux and the push signals from Apex Flow Signal. In the next videos, we'll dive deeper into the remaining 4 signal types, so you can continue building a complete and powerful trading system. Join the ninZaFamily forum to stay connected, ask questions, and explore ideas with our team and other traders. There's a lot more waiting for you inside. Links in the description. Thanks for watching until the end. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you don't miss our latest content.